So today we will talk about the Bible.
Hello, welcome to day 9 of our Bible Talks, where we read the Bible and we give you our take. So we know now that Joseph has made it to Egypt. He's come out on top. His brothers, well, that's who we're talking about today. Joseph is now in charge of Pharaoh's palace in totality.
It's funny, he gave him all this power, but he didn't make him the Pharaoh. He was like, you were on the show.
Yeah. Pharaoh dressed him up. He gave him gold and robes. He was witnessing firsthand that the 7 years of abundance came in full force.
So Joseph was in charge of the food storage. He listened to God and he prepared for such. People from all around came and he provided accordingly and distributed food to those in need, grain and bread.
Grains mainly.
Yeah.
The famine was so great, everyone came to Joseph for grain. And in Genesis 42, we hear back from his brothers. Joseph's brothers come for grain, and they did not recognize Joseph. And Joseph imprisons his brothers. He's like, okay, take these guys to jail. And when he has a moment, he goes and meets with the brothers, and he asks them questions, like probing questions to make it seem like he doesn't know anything about their lives. Like, hey, do you have a father who's still alive? Like, do you have any other siblings?
And Joseph was fishing, trying to see if there's any other relatives. Well, because they don't recognize him, he recognizes them, and his full brother Benjamin is behind.
Yes, and that's who he's asking them to bring back.
Yep.
He wants to see his full blood brother Benjamin once again. Says, then I will keep one of you here in prison while you others go and get your brother.
Yeah, prove to me that there's someone back there and that you guys are telling the truth.
Reminder, Jacob, Joseph's father, his name switched to Israel. He had sent his boys again after initially saying no. He's like, I'm not going to give up another son of mine. And they're like, well, they have one of your other sons in jail. So he's like, okay, fine, go. And Joseph has them taken to his home when they arrive to share a meal. Simon, by the way, is the one who was in jail all this time, waiting for them to bring Benjamin back. And Simon enters Joseph's home and meets his brothers again. So now, after Joseph's long day and distributing the grains, he meets his brothers at his home, and just the sight of his only brother Benjamin shocks him, and he is just overwhelmed with love and sadness.
He went to the other room and wept loudly.
Yeah, everybody could hear him cry, and all I'm thinking is just like Pharaoh just thinking, family drama.
Yeah. So that guy.
Joseph washes his face and enters the room again, and the brothers, when they were given their food, looked around and they noticed that Benjamin had more food.
Yeah.
Joseph sends his brothers home with gifts and sends his steward after them to overtake them afterwards. So this is kind of an interesting part of it. So the reason why is because his full intent was to somehow keep his brother Benjamin with him. It was just an interesting way to go about it. So he decided that he was going to put one of his cups in Benjamin's sack along with the other gifts that they gave them, but without mentioning that that's what he did. And when the steward went ahead, they say that they have stolen something. He put the cup in Benjamin's sack. Whoever stole has to be brought back for.
Yep, and wouldn't you know who he wanted to bring back?
They plead with Joseph to leave Benjamin with them, because they're like, if we come back to our father without Benjamin, he is going to flip. And at this point, Joseph is just so drained.
He put up this facade that he's not their brother.
He's putting that, yeah.
So he has to hold it together and not spill the beans. So he's got a lot of mental load on him.
Yeah, but then it's just too much for him, and he reveals who he is.
And they're all like, "Oh, we sold you to that passerby, and we said you
They
died.
were so terrified.
Oh, forgive us."
So Joseph orders his brothers to just bring his father, and everyone is to live in the region of Goshen, which is right outside of
the gates, yeah.
yeah, Egypt, I believe, and that he will provide for them all. He again sent his brothers off with provisions and carts and everyone new clothes, but Benjamin got extra clothes, 5 sets to be exact, and meet back up with Jacob, their father, and tells him everything. And I just sitting there, I'm thinking, wow, like, can you imagine Jacob's excitement?
Yeah, thinking that his son's been dead for however many years he's been gone.
When I think of it, I think of like Middle Easterns, where they're just like, oh yes, let's go. And you got the carts, and you know, just imagining his excitement, it brings me joy. It's such a good story.
It is a good story, and it ends well. Good job.
Bye.